Okay, we're going to talk about this fucking woman. First, the video and my friend here talking about her, and then I'm going to have some words.
Why is it that high school teachers who barely made it through school to get a teaching degree in the first place are like, my name is Miss Johnson and you will refer to me as such? And then college professors who are like top individuals in their field with multiple degrees and a PhD show up to class and they're like, what's up, guys? My name is Matt.
What do you mean barely made it? I don't know if she meant to dismiss teachers' work or dismiss what it took for many of them to get there, but I've met and hired teachers that had doctorates, folks who were top of the field, but they wanted to influence and work with the next generation, so they worked as high school teachers. As you all know, I'm a former high school principal, and many teachers didn't want to be called Mr. or Mrs., but when you're working in K-12, often you need to set up a stronger adult authority, a structure, because it helps with creating boundaries. High school teachers are not your friends, and sometimes having the title can help set those boundaries. I have met teachers that rather go by teacher and then their first name, like teacher Matt, but almost every time, when a high school teacher decided to just go by their first name, students would get overly friendly and then not follow rules and expectations. In college, you're often working with adults, so there is no need to set that authority, if you know what I mean. With that said though, I have met college professors that still want to be called Mr. or Mrs., some that go by just their first name, and some that go by doctor, and would lose their marbles if you don't address them as doctor, whatever their last name is. With that said though, I've also seen successful high school teachers that just go by their name. As long as they're able to showcase the formality and respect with their students, it could be fun if you want it to be less of a hierarchy. Hope that explains and answers your question. But yo, be nice to high school teachers. It's a hard job.
It's an incredibly hard job. It's a difficult profession, and one that often is more mentally rewarding than it is financially rewarding. Having said that, what the fuck do you mean high school teachers that barely made it through school? My daughter is wrapping up her junior year at UIC in the city of Chicago. She's going to be a high school English teacher in the city of Chicago when she graduates. She is excelling at her classes. She isn't just barely making it. And before she went to UIC, she attended IMSA, the Illinois Math and Science Academy in Aurora. It's a boarding school for kids that are one day going to go out in the world and pursue a career predominantly in math and science. She went to that school thinking she wanted to be a pediatric neurosurgeon. She switched career choices when she got to college, when people around her began to tell her how well she explains things and how good of a teacher she would make. I'd like to see you go through IMSA. From a curriculum standpoint, from an educational standpoint. I would love to see that woman who said that high school teachers barely get through their education. I'd like to see you get through a year at IMSA. I'd love for you for you to do half of the shit that my daughter did at IMSA. And then match her grade for grade on her 3-year career in college at UIC so far. Barely made it through school, my ass. Who the fuck do you think you are?